there I was, looking for a Minecraft server. When lo and behold, I see this.
The biggest mistake you can make right now is waiting for cookie SMP to open, because the real preparation is already happening inside the Discord. Clans are recruiting, alliances.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was a bit disappointed. I wanted a current running server. And also, I mean, come on.
Because cookie SMP,
This is...
the cookie SMP,
it's a little bit...
the cookie SMP,
well, it's a little...
cookie SMP,
redundant and very portrayed in a sort of fake cinematic way, to put it politely. It was very scripted. But anyways, this would deter most people, as it feels very fake and is very easy to replicate, and
the cookie SMP,
the quality of the script. Anyways, not to hurt on the server, I definitely want to receive media rank. I mean, well, with this clickbait style, and there's hundreds of better servers, even if it is real, it kind of looks like a scam, so surely no one would actually join this, right? Yeah, there was 700 people in the Discord server, so, I thought someone like me, someone who can spend hours planning, talking, making alliances, negotiating, creating a company, I mean, I could create the best team ever. I've studied events, civilization events, other events, experiments. I've even studied a little bit of psychology, and I think that I know how to make a good team, and I also know the game. So, I made a team and created a militaristic structure. I had this whole plan laid out. Yeah, I'll go more detailed in future videos as we change it, add on to it, whatnot. Anyways, I made a Google form, I sent it, and I waited. And within 2 minutes, someone had DM'd me. My first member had responded. I wasn't done here. I had the blueprints. I already had started making alliances, but we still had multiple days until server launch. By now we had about 20 members, and I couldn't help but notice a rival group forming. This group of players were calling themselves the Traitors, and somehow always had someone online, so that way anyone asking for a team would instantly be allowed in. These people were my rivals, my only competition. Sure, I had the biggest team, but they had the second biggest. And all these potential new recruits they were snatching away. So naturally I plotted, I planned, and I defeated my rivals. You may ask, how did I defeat my rivals? And, well, like that disappointing Hollywood movie about a secret agent who turned into a pigeon, my solution was sunshine and rainbows. It's a very foolish approach, where you walk up to your biggest competition and say, hey, join my alliance. Or in a more Hallmark style, let's be friends. It worked flawlessly. The second strongest team was now our greatest allies. The form, though, the Google form that was like really cool and showed how serious we are. We're very serious. It was starting to lack a little bit. Less people cared about it, and I feel like sending it in the Discord again, because after a certain point it's kind of spamming. Even though I did discuss with the owner about what would be considered spamming and not. It's just most people are looking for a team for some reason, can't read 3 lines back, no attention span. So if someone said, can I join the team? I would just DM them, and well, this is how that went. Yeah, it's a lot, and my success rate was actually pretty decent. We had a lot of players joining, but, well, we were the biggest team by far. Even if I had to DM a lot of people, I think it was worth it. Because to put it into perspective, this guy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that screenshot. Oh well, just put it on there, or put something on there. he found and was creating the biggest team in the entire server. It was absolutely massive, and it had about a total of it had 5 people. Yeah, the big team had 5 people. And at this point in time, we were up to about 30 players. So, yeah, he was just lying at this point. With all these people, I thought I should start implicating some of my military structure to the team. But, in a very small way. Nothing formal. No, not really. So I split the team up into 3 sub-teams. Sub-team A would charge into the end. Their job would be to, get elytras and shulkers. The truth is, actually, when talking to the owner, well, also, in the Discord server, it's a little confusing as to when the end would actually open up. They had some stuff left over from their prior season, which is, technically Season 1, but they're pretending that this is Season 1 because they're trying to cover up the fact that Season 1 was an absolute failure. Anyways, yeah, you're gonna give me that meteorite, right? Maybe? No? It is what it is. So A team would charge into the end whenever it opened and get the materials if necessary, or there would be a /TP into the end. We didn't really know what was gonna happen, so their job was to prepare for that and be ready. And Sub-Team B would, build up a base of operations. A standard early base that expected to be raided, just get some villagers, whatnot. And then Sub-Team B, or Sub-Team C, would help Sub-Team B, and then they would find a trial chamber and do all that, getting maces and, some standard fighting gear, because, we get the elytras from Sub-Team A, and maces from Sub-Team C, and we do in fact have a player whose in-game name is Wimbu, so it's just a lowercase w. It's not the real Wimbu. My intentions are not to scam anyone. It's obviously a fake Wimbu, and if he does try and scam people, I'm gonna have to remove him from the team, because it's all fun in games, to have someone on your team with the name Wimbu having a elytra mace. Sure, it's cool, it's silly, but at a certain point, it's important to know that it's not the real Wimbu. We're not trying to scam people here. So, that was the plan. Sub-Team A, B, and C. Also, Sub-Team C had a secret mission, but, well, spoilers, they ran into some... Well, everyone really ran into some complications, to say the least, so they haven't done their secret mission yet. And I'm not revealing that, because, well, I still plan on actually doing that. We just had a few setbacks. With this organization structure, and an average of 10 more players a day, yes, we were having an influx of 10 people a day. I think I threw together a pretty big team pretty quickly. Nothing could stop this team. So earlier in the video I mentioned the whole private DMing thing, to where every person who wanted to join the team I would send a private message to? Well, that was a lot of people. If the editor later me feels like counting that, then just, put that on the screen. Right, yeah. Well, that amount of people may have in fact triggered Discord's anti-spamming mechanic. And in fairness, it was a lot of people I'm DMing, and it was basically the same message, but it's not like I was spamming them in this way of, like, advertising. I mean, it kind of was. They gave consent. They said they wanted to be private messaged. Almost all of them. There were a handful of exceptions to this who just joined, and I just DM'd them saying, hey, you want to join the team? Like, it's not like I'm harassing people. I mean, yes, you could argue it's spamming, and you'd probably win the argument, but I don't know. I feel like the punishment was a little much, because they decided to shut down my Discord account. Yeah, so there is that slight problem. The details is I was sent this, and it was a little confusing because you notice the date was, in fact, yeah, it said June 18th that I would no longer have any issues, but then it also said 2 years from now would be the other thing. And it was already June 18th, and I was still having some issues. So I believed that it was, in fact, going to be 2 years before I was able to use my Discord account again. And I think part of their flagging, I don't know if this was related or not, some random dude logged into my account like a couple seconds after they sent a message about me trying to spam it. So I did have to change my password. So yeah, a lot of sketchy activity was looking to be on my account, in fairness to them. It appears that their response was to log everyone out, so it was a little confusing. A lot of stuff was happening at that time. I contacted their support, which kind of sucks, if I'm being honest, because I didn't know if my account had been hacked into. I didn't really know what was happening, so I was trying to figure that out, and I wasn't allowed into my account. And once I got into my account could do nothing. So then I'm like, what's going on? So I tried to contact support, and they didn't. Well, an AI responded to me, and it just didn't really help me at all. But it's okay, because the next day everything was fixed magically. I mean, I changed my password to something I didn't know, so now I can't really log back into my account without getting an email verification link, which is just a little weird, but yeah, it's fine. So, in the end of the day, 14 hours before the server opened, kind of a little close, but everything was working again. And with an alliance of 70 people, we had the best team, 40 players on our team, with great organization structure. I mean, nothing could stand in our way.
That diamond, he grieved the base, and he made the chests broke, and he put in lava. So he made us broke as fuck.
He was X-raying. How did he see this? I agree.
Infi game, no. God damn it.